on this episode of Bot versus Con.
It's a jumbled together cybernetic shark, so it kind of makes sense. Like, you can forgive it.
Yeah, this. I don't know. This is going to be a hard one. The price is really going to matter.
Let's talk about the bat kibble, though. I did send.
Yeah, the long haul looks much better than the bone crusher. I like.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a given.
Yeah, he went and got a BBL. I mean,
not a Soundwave, but I think the figure's worth $20.
I lied. I'm getting the Earthrise figure. It looks amazing. To me, it's saying that he's really, really fast. You know.
This is Bot versus Con. Make sure to subscribe and consider becoming a member.
Welcome back, Bob vs. Con fans. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And this is Bot vs. Con, where your voice is heard. And we're back with another round of news. We got a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of third party, a lot of updates to the video that we posted yesterday, if you are a subscriber, or today, if you're a member. So, but before we get into all that, we want to give a big shout out to the Chosen Prime, where you can pre-order a lot of the stuff that we are going to be talking about today, or will be able to pre-order eventually. We also want to give a big shout out and hug to all of our members. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. We really appreciate it. And like I said, if you want to become a member, there's a link in the description and you could go ahead and see this video early. And if you're just a sub, we really appreciate you as well. You're the reason why we do this. And if you guys want to join the journey, go ahead and hit that sub button if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 3,000 before TFCon. Let's see if we can make it. And with that, I think we're ready just to jump on into it. Are you ready, Bobby?
I am. I was trying my luck at doing sign language. You know, I don't know if I passed or not.
I think you're better at charades. Let's go on. So first thing, the Transformers restaurant, which I believe was in Shanghai, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be moving to
Atlanta.
L1-40 Yitian Holiday Plaza in Lohu District in Shenzhen. And they'll be starting there on May 1st. So stay tuned. They will be traveling to different locations, whether that'll be only in China or we're going to get it as well. Time will tell.
Yeah, come on. Give us a pop-up shop. I mean, we have a pop-up Toys R Us and Macy's right now. So give us a pop-up Transformer shop so I can go try.
If anywhere, it'll probably either be in LA or New York.
It would be, and you know, I go to LA, you know, every year. I can.
Yeah, let's do it during TFCon. That'd be great. But so we'll see. Maybe they'll have some Decepticon themed stuff because if I remember right, it was all Autobots. So we'll see. Next up, we got a whole bunch of people at TFCon LA. I think we already talked about Jim Sorensen, but I couldn't remember, so I just put him on here. So the John Bailey Z Infante, or Infant, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and Arif S. Kitchen, almost call him Kitchen. Really cool if you're into these voice actors. Yeah, I think the one that I know the most is John Bailey, from looking at who he's played. And he did do good as Soundwave in TF1.
Yep, I don't know any of these people.
Well, I mean, the only one I know is because of TF1.
yeah, it's fine. We did talk about Jim Sorensen because I like that artwork and it just took me back to my childhood. So yes.
Okay.
You know, and again, 10 years for Robots in Disguise. That's crazy.
Where does it say that?
At the bottom right, celebrating the 10th anniversary of Robots in Disguise.
And that's the new Robots in Disguise, not even the original Robots in Disguise.
Yeah, not RID.
Exactly. That's not my Robots in Disguise, that's for sure. I almost bought a figure of, what's her name? Nightshade, or his name, or their name, I don't remember. I saw it yesterday, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get it. And then I was like, maybe I'll get one of the other Earthspark figures that we're going to be talking about in this video, so stay tuned.
I won't be getting any, but...
This isn't really news, but there's a whole bunch of Transformer manuscript and sketches from Bob Budinsky, and they have, like, bios and stuff, which were really, really cool. If you're into that type of thing, seeing where Transformers started, my favorite was Jazz is the type of bot you'd see driving around the streets of Louisiana, New Orleans. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So I really liked seeing those backgrounds and what Transformers originally started off to be, at least the cartoon.
It's crazy that I kind of want these things now. I did buy a script when we were in Baltimore and got it signed, and that was really cool. But yeah, this is just, I don't know, it makes me feel like a kid again, because I just remember sitting in front of the TV waiting for this to come on. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it really is. Let us know what you think about these artworks, and I really implore you guys to go look at them. This is only 2 of them. I picked Cliff Jumper because he's one of my favorites, and Prime because he's one of your favorites. But go look at the rest of them. They're really cool. And let us know what you think, and we'll be right back with what's been just announced.
Yes.
Let's get into just announced. Now, we did put a video out on a lot of these things today, so it will be a little bit of double watching, but they're new pictures. We're going to have new things to talk about. If we don't go too in detail with these, go watch our other video, which will be somewhere in the top. Yes. Let's keep it going with Heatwave. We got some in-hand images, and it looks very strange. I don't know if it's mistransformed. It feels like the waist isn't clipped in. I don't remember how Bulkhead transforms, but other than that, the remold looks very nice. That axe is a little wimpy, but, you know, I don't think he's supposed to be a full-on Transformer. Like, he's a kid still, if I'm remembering correctly. He's in an academy.
Okay, so I don't know anything about that aspect of it. I think the pictures we saw earlier looked better than this does in the bot mode. The bot mode is very similar now to the alt mode, and I really like the way the bot mode looked on the initial pictures we talked about earlier today. These match. The bot and the alt mode match to me on this.
I can see that. Before I forget, most of these pictures are via TFW. If they aren't, I will let you guys know. And speaking of that, Marco Clonus posted these. I think this is a much better picture of Heatwave. I think you still aren't, it's probably not the best for you, but I do think it looks better. He knows the figure. I think the people posing it might have had a good understanding of the figure, but didn't know the figure. And this picture with Sky-Byte, who we will talk about next, is amazing and makes me excited for it. I am glad to see that Heatwave looks good with Chase. I think their aesthetics match more or less. And if you're a Rescue Bots fan, I hope you're happy with this. And Vortex, I'm assuming, which was leaked, would eventually be the helicopter, who I don't remember the helicopter's name. And then I wouldn't doubt it if one of the Constructicons becomes the bulldozer, who also, I don't know the bulldozer's name. So we'll see.
I don't know any of their names. So I agree, these do look good together. We both passed on the Chase. I think we'll both pass on this one as well. But yeah, if you like it, go get it.
Yep, exactly. Let's get into Sky-Byte now, and we have some in-hand images. Pre-orders were up on the Chosen Prime, so I did pre-order 2 of these. I'm making good on my word. This thing looks probably like one of the best figures we've gotten in a long time. And I don't know if you would agree with me, but like, it looks like it's supposed to, which some of the Transformers coming out don't nowadays. I think this is phenomenal. I can't wait to get it. I plan to go all out on one of them, get all the upgrade sets and stickers and stuff for one of them, and then leave one by itself. So what do you think about these pictures?
They look fine. I agree with you that this looks like a good figure. I never liked the character per se, but I also kind of watched the show later in life as well, so I was very far out of Transformers when I think I watched it. So, but it looks good. It's a very good looking bot mode and alt mode in terms of what the character looked like. So I think I'm gonna get one of these.
Yeah. What you talked about, like kind of nostalgia and stuff. So I was a kid when I was like 7, I believe, when the show was on airing, and it didn't matter what the character was. If it turned into a shark, I was going to get it. Because I was just into sharks. So I had an encyclopedia on sharks that I used to read, and spiders. So maybe there'll be a tarantulas, down the line that I'll pick up. But either which way, I do really like this. And thanks to Zoinkatron 539 and Scooby, we were able to show off this image. He got this image for us at the show. And you could kind of see they have like a neck bend if you look like right behind his head.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Yeah, so they really thought about this, and it looks a little jumbled together with different colors and stuff, but it's a jumbled together cybernetic shark, so it kind of makes sense. Like, you could forgive it. I think this is going to be the best Sky-Byte we've ever seen. And Calvion, if you're watching, the Body Snatchers are 2 houses away right now, so when they come, I'll probably praise more Hasbro, so stay tuned. But I think this does look really, really nice.
It does look good. It's not a character that I really like, not a character that I have any connection with like you do, not even close. But I think this is a very decent figure for the character. I think, as you said, this is probably the best Sky-Byte we've had. I agree, and that wasn't hard to make a decision on. I think this looks good for what it's supposed to be. I like that you can see kind of the metal underneath and how it's ripping through or whatever. I don't know where I'm going to put this, but I'll find somewhere for it.
Yeah, me too. I don't have a lot of Hasbro out, but hopefully this is a decent size. I don't know, so time will tell. Moving on, we got more Hearts of Steel stuff. So we got Optimus and Bumblebee, Optimus and Starscream, and we got the box. Love the box. The box looks really nice. I see you picking this up just because of the box.
Damn it!
Am I right?
I am considering it.
Yeah, I want to see the price. No price yet. It will be a Pulse exclusive, and February 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, premium members will be able to... What?
That's Tuesday?
Yeah. And 2 p.m. will be for everybody else. I do like it. I need to see the price first.
What do you think? $60? Are you in?
Probably not. This is the set I'm probably not going to pick up.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Hearts of Steel as much, and I want a specific figure, but $50 maybe just to have the complete set. But I'm not like you; I only want one of them. So,
yeah, I'm not a big Hearts of Steel. I have no connection to it. Again, with this, so looking at it, I don't love it. I like the box. I really like the box. The box looks really good. So you kind of have me curious about that. The figures inside the box, I'm not really stoked on. And again, we talked about these in the video we did earlier, so go check that out. We can move on.
And looking at the in-hand images of these, Prime does look good in bot mode, but I really don't like the alt mode. It's so chibi. It looks like a Mickey Mouse train. Like, I don't like that. But the bot mode does look good.
Yeah. What's the little animated cartoon
Thomas
train? That's what it reminds me.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like. Again, I threw out a couple of other things earlier, but it looks fine. It doesn't really move me. So yeah. I like the box.
Yeah. Starscream, I think, is much better. Not perfect, but better.
Yeah, this... I don't know. This is going to be a hard one. The price is really going to matter. If the price is going to make a big deciding factor for me if I pick these up or not.
Yeah. Something about the timelines. They did say that, I forgot to mention in the other one, if these do well, you might see the other Seekers, or might see, they didn't say this, but maybe a Nemesis Prime or a repaint of these as well thrown in. So I think that would be cool to expand on the universe, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that Starscream, if anything, should be repainted as Tidal Wave, or not Tidal Wave, whatever, Depth Charge. Is that the name?
Depth
Is that
charge.
Beast?
I was
Yeah,
gonna say this mold would look really nice in Skywarp colors.
I have to see
It
it.
kind of looks like a bat. So
Yeah,
moving
I can see
on
that.
to Bumblebee and Megatron. This artwork is amazing.
I like this one a lot.
I think this is going to be the one for me. And let's start off with Megatron, which is the main reason I would buy it. It looks so clean in both modes. We've never had a cannon like this, I believe. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we have. And I think this is going to be bomb.
Yeah, this looks like a good set. I'm in for this one as well. The alt mode is fine. I like the bot mode.
And then Bumblebee, I think makes sense that he's this like chibi little train because it is Bumblebee. So I'm okay with that with him. And he comes with the hammer, and I think it's good looking.
Yeah, I guess I'm with you on that. It's fine. It's the throw in that goes with the Megatron. Again, I just hope the prices on these aren't ridiculous. Now, where I'm curious, Bumblebee is of course much smaller than Starscream, so is this box set going to be cheaper than the Prime and Starscream set?
I would doubt if they're the same size.
Or is it going to be the same? The Bumblebee and the Starscream being the same size?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know. I'm thinking all these figures are probably going to be the same size across the board.
Oh, okay.
Moving on to the Haslab, we've got Liokaiser, and they showed off these really early prototypes. I don't know why they'd show these off, because they're just blocks. But yeah, I think I guess it's kind of cool to see the evolution. They also had like all the characters in like flat cutouts, pop-ups, whatever you want to call them, which is weird. Not much to say, but do you have anything to say about these?
I like seeing the evolution of them. It's pretty cool to see where the concept, the idea, the kind of the working, and then what we finally get. It's cool to see it.
Yeah, I agree. I threw this in, which is the old Liokaiser versus the new one. This is an upgrade, not gonna lie. The old one has some weird things to it, which I think are kind of interesting because it's different. But it's not Liokaiser. This is definitely a better Liokaiser. But I will say, I think the limbs on the old one look a lot better than the limbs on the new one, individually. Like in robot mode.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, in robot mode. I do not remember what they look like in robot mode. I like the I think I like the alt modes better on the old one. Well, let me take that back. The what's his name? I was about to say horrible. The leg, the right leg. Hell Bison, yes. That looks like a tank. You know.
Yeah, it is the incorrect tank though. He's supposed to have 2 turrets, it has 1.
Yes. Well, that's because they were just repainting and you know,
but it does look like a tank, more so than the other one.
It looks like a tank than this new one. I definitely like the new one better though.
Yeah. Thanks to Zoinkatron 539 and M Squared STL. Shout out to them. Also, want to give a shout out to Big Bot Bodega, Titan, and my friend Jose for go ahead and sending us pictures before we even knew this was up. We really appreciate it. We got some pictures of the prototypes, and you can really see the detail in Guy-Hawk right there that they did, which is actually really cool. It's nice to see that. And in the far picture, we could see all the little pop-ups. So I think this does look like a good combiner when it's standing still like this.
If it started moving, it's going to be a really good combiner. Yeah, I think this looks fine. I like this combiner more so than I like the Minosaur and the Superion that they're working on.
I completely agree.
And even though I know this is Haslab, we'll probably go into a little bit more depth of this. I think this is what I would have wanted my combiners to look like in the main line.
Completely agree. Yeah. So let's talk about the Bat Kibble, though. I did send this to you. I don't know if you saw it. This is what Jalguar or Jarguar, whatever they decided to name him, does. So the combined mode, obviously, the crotch and legs are not part of this. It's something else, which is fine. But you had all that real estate and you did nothing with it. I think it'd look better if you just left him off.
Why do I just see somebody, because I used to do this, why do I see somebody just carrying their kid on their back? And he's just sitting there like...
Pretty much.
Well, that looks terrible. I mean, at least spin the head around. I mean, because otherwise it looks like he's just like in a huge exoskeleton.
And that is with the prototype. The head is the other way, so who knows how fragile the prototype was? You might not have been able to spin the head or do that. So I'm gonna give them grace on that. But at the same time, even with the 3D model that was spinning around, it does not look good from the back. And this was kind of my point on the video. I think Haslab should be the tippity top of Transformers, and I don't think this is it. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is not what I expected. This is not what I would expect from a Haslab. Again, this is what I would expect from my main line, and
yeah,
that's where I think that this should have been at, is on the main line. And when we start talking about the price on that as well, I'm not gonna say it just in case there's more. Those are things that I kind of keep in the back of my mind when I'm thinking about picking something like this up or backing it.
Yeah, I have to agree. I feel like, I think we touched on this with the Omega Prime. These feel like mainline figures that they just didn't have room for, and they shoved them into Haslab.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. You posted this. I thought this would be a good picture just to show the differences between Hades and the Haslab. Overall, I think the Haslab does have the more aesthetic that I like, but I like Hades better with the all-in-one combiner. But like the waist section, since it is fake, does look better on the Haslab. But I would probably, and I love that it flips around the chest piece on Hades. I'd still probably pick that one up between these two. Can't really compare them. One's like $600, one's $300. I get it, but I thought this would be good for the fans to see.
Yeah, I think it's showing what some of the other options were out there. Yeah. Not to say that it's a good comparison. Plus, this figure's several years old. I mean, I think I've had mine for
it's like
years.
10 years old almost.
Yeah. So I bought mine when they came out with the new joints for the arms and stuff like that, included with the box set. So I do. There's certain things I do like about the Hasbro. Yeah, like you said, I would have liked for the chest to be flipped around, but that's screen accurate, cool. I like that it actually has feet that are kind of built in. I think that's really cool. I keep wanting to say Hell Bison, the Bison dude. Bison. That is the one. Hell Bison. The alt mode. Him too.
Kill Bison.
Yeah, him too. All of them. Kill, Bill, Will, Still, everybody else. That whole family. That alt mode looks terrible. I don't know any other way to put it. I think that is like the major. Like all the rest, look decent at worst. That one looks terrible. if I could sound more like Charles Barkley, I would. It was terrible. But I don't know. It's fine. That $300 prices me out though.
Same.
It prices me out. I can't do it. I have till March, I guess. What is it, March 25th or whatever? To make a decision. Right now, as of recording, there's 3,536 backers. So I definitely think that this is going to get to the finish line. But I don't know if I'm going to be in on that or not.
Yeah,
so far I'm out.
I know I will be. Yeah. Let us know if you guys are going to be in or out on this. Next up, we have Earthspark Optimus with a battle trailer.
That's a hell of a trailer. I like the weapon in the trailer. I think it looks really cool. I actually, like, no joke, I actually think it looks really good. I like the colors in it. I like the details in it. I like that aspect. I don't know. I mean, that's a big old trailer to be pulling around just for that, though.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I actually do like that gun. I like the trailer turning into a more like a turret versus just a docking bay. I think that's kind of cool. Next up, let's take a look at some art. And this is from Megatron. He did a whole bunch of artwork with Bumblebee. We thought it'd be fun to show these off. And if you guys are an artist and want your art shown off, go ahead and email us. We're going to do like quarterly fan art videos. So go ahead and email it to us. I do have to say I love the all B. Just needs Transformers at the top. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I was just all B. I like the glowing Autobot symbol. That looks really cool. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
And the Bumble or
and that makes sense now. Let's just go back really quick. I didn't understand the name, but now that makes sense.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for clarifying. Very smart.
Yeah.
Next up, Funbee Studios is partnering with Drifts Tech, and they're going to be selling their stuff. So I don't know if Funbee Studios is still having their website that we saw, but you could go ahead and go on their website right now and buy a whole bunch of it. So that's pretty cool. Are you going to be making a shopping cart? Free shipping over $100.
This is where people like me who don't have a 3D printer will get in trouble. That is cool that, because I do see, I'm in a couple of groups on Facebook, and I see where people sometimes are asking, hey, can somebody print this for me? I don't have a 3D printer. So it's a really cool idea, and there's a market for it.
Yeah. Funbee Studios also showed off the Lithone craft. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know what this is. Do you?
Yes, this is the ship when Unicron was eating the planet at the beginning of the movie, and the ship that was trying to get away. And we were exiting and it go back in.
Okay, yes, I remember that. I just didn't put two and two together.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It does look good. And I know they've done kind of a ship series, so they're kind of continuing on with all the ships from the various Transformers, timelines and stuff. So it looks very detailed.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, Tony Teo has a Sharkticon and Sid the Kranix that he is hoping to sell them printed. So you should be able to get these soon. I think these are prototypes. Either which way, they look really good. And they're MP scale.
Yeah. I need a Kranix. That is his name, Kranix, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need one in my collection. I don't have one. I have a slew of Sharkticons, so that's cool, but I do need a Kranix, and this one looks good. Of course, I wanted to be painted and everything like that, and I understand that this is a early prototype of what he's doing, which looks really good. Hopefully, if he does finish them and he can release them painted, because I don't like painting.
We'll see. This one's all for you, though. Ramen Toys is doing a 1/12 scale Knight Rider. I guess they're calling it KI. And the prototype has Super Pursuit Mode, lights, and sounds. And it's pending license approval. We don't usually talk about non-Transformer stuff, but it is Ramen Toys, and it does go with your mask stuff. So what do you think?
Oh, this looks great. And, this is the pursuit mode was a transforming-esque type vehicle.
It's mask
It was. I mean, you can see kind of the stuff,
popping out.
stick out the side, and the front bumper pops out, and I think the back pops up a little bit as well. This also just made me think of the collab that we just got, which was my collab of the year. And Ramen Toy does amazing stuff. I wish they got the Transformer license. If Hasbro decides to let it off, I wish that they got the license, because they do amazing stuff. It would take a long time for it to come out, but they do amazing stuff. And of course, I'm sure if they got the license, they would beef up their productions and stuff like that. But they do amazing stuff, and they give us all the stuff that we would want in a figure, and the prices are not crazy. Of course they're more expensive, but you're getting a whole lot of stuff with them, and they have all the gimmicks and stuff like that we would want. So this looks amazing. I'm in for this.
I agree. This looks great. Not for my collection. Knight Rider, don't have the nostalgia like you do, but I can say that this is an amazing figure that'll look great with your mask cars. So let us know what you think about this down below, and we'll be back with our updates.
Yeah.
Moving on to the updates, we have some more stuff from MegaCon, and we've got Devastator, specifically Long Haul and Hook. I think Long Haul looks good here. We'll look at pictures in a second where they bend at another knee joint, and I do not like that. I think Hook looks fine, but there's some weirdness going on in the arms. And he also has a chibi-fied Hook crane mode. Like, it's so short. You know what I mean? It looks tiny. Yeah. Not very good, but what do you think?
The Long Haul looks much better than the Bone Crusher. I like
yeah, that's a given.
I like the red details on the legs. That looks really, really cool. That looks really good. He definitely, you can see they did a great job on the heads, which we've been talking about a lot lately. His chest looks really huge and bulky, which is good, I guess, but it almost looks a little bit too big when you look at his waist and legs. The Hook, I don't know. I'm hoping that those panels that are sticking up over his head fold over his shoulder or something like that, and they're just not hanging up like that.
We got some in-hand images. I didn't look at that, but we'll look at that in a second with him.
Okay. The legs look fine. The arms, the way
they look weird, right? There's some weird stuff going on.
Well, it's just the black on black. I'm sorry. It looked like he didn't have an elbow, but I guess it's just
No, he does have an elbow. It's a black.
I couldn't see it, but they look fine, I guess. The alt mode for Long Haul, I mean, he's carrying a trailer, fine. Hook, it's fine. I think the alt mode of Hook looks the best that we've seen. Bone Crusher's alt mode
to me. I don't know. It looks like it needs to be longer. Maybe because we just played with the Mecha Invasion, and that one has a really nice long crane mode. That's what I'm thinking of, because it just looks squished. Then they showed off Devastator, which I'm assuming the chest piece is going to come with the next Voyager. I don't remember if that's Mixmaster or Scavenger. But it looks fine. He looks very pouty. He's like, why did they make me not an amazing figure? But that's a lot of wheels as well.
I was going to say that.
It's like he's gonna grab somebody and like devastate them.
That is, yes, that's how we're gonna devastate. They are rolling out
like under his armpit,
Yeah, that's a lot of wheels. I was thinking the exact same thing. His face looks like he's constipated.
That too.
He's just like, they should have made me the Haslab.
We'll talk about that in a little bit with some of the pictures we got.
But it's coming together okay. It's coming, I think that definitely this is going to be the best mode for it. It's coming together okay. I don't like the gaps. We talked about this before. I don't like that big opening underneath the hook part, the crane part on Hook.
And I'd be okay with that if the shield covered it.
Right.
From what we've seen, it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah. So they did show off the prototype. So there he is with all of them. And I don't know. It seems very small, the prototype, compared to all the bot modes. Like, I feel like it should be bigger, but I don't know. Here's Long Haul. And this is what I was talking about with, like, the second leg joint. I really don't like it when they do that. It looks weird to me, personally. Looks a lot better in the renders that we just saw. This is not doing it for me.
In this, and again, maybe it's because of the angle and everything like that, his chest doesn't look overwhelming.
True.
But he's built like the Origins Wheeljack.
Yeah.
You know, kind of. He looks short, whether he is or not, but he looks like he's built like the Origins Wheeljack with the big, thick legs and, you know, kind of the big chest and
skinny little arms.
Yeah, exactly. Which I love that Origins Wheeljack. Don't get me wrong, but it was
That's
because
for the
of
alt mode.
The alt mode.
Yeah.
This, they're doing a great job on the heads. It looks very long hauler, and the colors look good, and the Decepticon sign looks really good. That's about all I got for it right now. I still don't think I'll be picking up this set, but it doesn't look. It looks better with these than what it did a couple of weeks ago.
I agree. One thing that, I mean, maybe I don't expect it from Hasbro, but it would have been nice if a dump truck actually had not that, if it was just empty at the very least. It's completely solid across, you know? I don't know how they could have done that, how they could have engineered it, but I think that would have been better. Moving on to Hook, you can see those kind of fold down, but not like, they're still...
I don't see like they tab in. Maybe.
I don't think they do. I just think maybe they should have flipped around the other way. But this is where I was seeing the alt mode. It looks squished. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be, but I think it might just be the picture. Okay. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know. I'm hoping it's just the picture because it does look like it's a core class size, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, just it looks like a chibi vehicle. It doesn't look like a full vehicle. But again, I don't know about cranes. Maybe this is another model. Could be, you know. But the head sculpt, like you said in the other ones, looks amazing. I don't know what's going on with those arms. I guess they just cut the bicep in between both wheels, but that looks weird to me. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. And again, I think it's fine. And I don't want to let Hasbro off the hook, but I also have to make sure that I'm not comparing this to third party and to Masterpiece and everything else like that. It's not that at all, and it shouldn't be compared to that. Where I'm kind of looking at this as a comparison to, I guess, Combiner Wars. I'm using it as a comparison to maybe G1 Devastator and things. There's probably more articulation and stuff like that here, but I think the Combiner Wars set overall looked better, and I liked the way that they functioned. Again, out the box, it could have definitely used some better articulation and stuff like that, and you had to get an upgrade kit for that and stuff. But this just doesn't nail it for me, and I would have thought they would have nailed this since the Combiner Wars came out 10 years ago.
Yeah, we actually looked up the dates, and it was 2015 when the Combiner Wars came out.
Yeah, so I was expecting, and then for this to be the 86 version, I was just expecting so much more for this, and that's where I think my disappointment comes from. I'm not going to even call it hate or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I agree.
I really wanted I was looking forward to 86 Devastator.
Honestly, I was hoping it would be good too, so I would pick it up. I deep down. But here he is next to Liokaiser, and you can see the Liokaiser is actually shorter than him, which is kind of crazy. He also looks smaller than him in all aspects, and this combiner is going to be cheaper. I think this is where you were getting at. They should have done Devastator and as the Haslab, and I think it's about $210, $220 when everything is done, bump that budget up to 300 and make it the Devastator we all wanted, and maybe move Liokaiser into the main line. And I think a lot of people would have been more happy, and they would have made their goal no matter what. Now, would that have been a little scummy because, a year or two, if somebody wanted the Devastator, they couldn't get it? Yeah, I get that. But at the same time, I think it could have really benefited from some extra budget, because those holes in the chest are the only thing in my eyes holding it back. Everything else looks fine.
In the combined mode, yes.
In combined mode, yes. In combined mode. Mm-hmm. It's not my favorite Devastator, but those holes are just so striking, especially when he's going to be green. Those shadows are going to just be eyesores, and I don't understand it.
Yeah. This looks good, and I know a lot of people who've chimed in when we've been talking about this have said that they're in for this because of the combined mode, and yeah, that's where this is going to be. The part that does, I don't want to say worry me because I'm not getting this, but I'm curious to see what the full price of this figure is going to be when you start adding in the add-on kits to complete some of those gaps and holes and things like that. I mean, we're talking about add-on kits for 6 figures. I'm very curious to see what that's going to look like.
Me too. But let's just keep it moving to the backpack. This kind of flabbergasts me because he has a giant backpack in the shape of the thighs that they could have figured out how to turn into thighs. Like, they're literally the same shape, the same size. I like that it has a place for all the weapons to store.
Yeah.
That's cool. I will give it that. They kind of just stick off the back, but like, why didn't the backpack just turn into the legs? I don't understand that design philosophy. I mean, I get it. It's probably easier to do this. They probably saved a lot of money just putting it, in the budget, not even trying. But like, this is Devastator.
So I didn't even pay attention to that aspect. I really want to see this from the side because it doesn't look like it's a big backpack. It looks like it's a big butt pack. Like
it is more a butt pack than a backpack.
Yeah, it looks like
he definitely has some dump in his trunk.
Yeah, he went and got a BBL. I mean, he
did. BBL bots, RC was the mother and Devastator's continuing it.
Yeah, Devi got that that jam in the back there. He
he got it.
It must be jelly because jam don't shake like that. And
there's 2 pieces that you can move up on.
Yeah, I know, right? I just want to go by and just take a table like this, and start throwing dollars at Devi now. I'm sorry, I digress.
We having too much fun. Anyways, continue.
But yeah, and I love that they're doing extra support in the back, so you can see on Mixmaster it looks like some flaps come down to actually give them, I guess, a little bit more support, which they're small. I like that. It doesn't look like they're huge, big, ugly things. It looks like they're very subtle, so hopefully that gives them more stability. Bone Crusher looks great as an arm. Scavenger looked okay as the arm. It just looks like, again, it doesn't look like it's filled out in the back. It looks like it's very hollowed in the back, and
especially the arms. If you look at where the arms are,
yeah, it looks like the arms go back further than the rest of his back.
No, the forearms. Like, look at where the hands go. Look at all of that.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just a box that you put over another box, and they didn't put a flap at the bottom to kind of close it off.
Yeah, and
that's the type of stuff, honestly, I was expecting for Devastator, because again, this is their flagship combiner. I was expecting a little bit more care, especially when the other one already came out. Copy your homework, copy paste.
Well, the Combiner Wars, I believe, did that as well.
With it being gappy in the back?
I think it did just kind of...
Okay.
But, and correct me, please, in the comments if I'm wrong, either way, if they did it, that was still 10 years ago. Why are you still doing the same things you did 10 years ago? And if I'm wrong, and they didn't do it, why are you doing it now? So because there was a figure, and it was a long time ago that it kind of went on like that. And I want to say it was Combiner Wars. So again, I think it's fine. It definitely looks better than when it was first announced. It's growing on me not to pick it up, but it's just like, oh, okay. But I still don't think it's the 86. And unfortunately, I almost feel like especially if I was late to the game, I'd almost feel obligated to get this because, I wanted a Devastator in my collection.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let us know what your thoughts are on Devastator again after seeing all these pictures.
We have the same shirt on, just about. His battle damage.
You do. Studio Series in Japan is going up, but we at the Megatron, they showed off some of these figures, so let's go through them really quick. First, we've got Shockwave and Prime. They look fine for what they are. The Shockwave, the purple they use is very nice. That metallic, shiny purple, I do like that. That's where it ends.
Yeah, I guess I like that.
Next, we have Ironhide and Sentinel Prime. I don't remember these proportions on Sentinel Prime. He has like gorilla arms. They're so big. But maybe he did. Maybe it's screen accurate. I don't know. I like the alt mode. I love the pop of pink with his shield. I think that's kind of cool. Ironhide, meh. Looks fine.
Ironhide.
Their axe hanging off the back, though. They need to flip that around because that looks horrible.
Yeah. I like the Ratchet better. So, yeah. And the Sentinel Prime does look good in alt mode. Those arms, I didn't even pay attention to that. Those arms are huge.
Right? Q and the Devastation Prime. If you like it, go pick it up. If you need it for your collection, go pick it up.
Okay.
I think this Prime is going to scale a lot better with 86 Devastator than the normal Devastator. So if you're looking for a scene, maybe to reenact, I think this Prime would be maybe one to pick up.
All right. So my eyes aren't the best, but I just saw something looking at that Q. Super Bowl is this Sunday, and it looks like he has a helmet on. And if you look at the yellow going across his mouth, it looks like it's like a chin strap, and the blue kind of like on his ears. It looks like the design for the helmet. He's going to be playing in the Super Bowl. That's what it is. So that's.
Well, I think the yellow is a mustache, and the blue is his hair, and the top of his head is because he's bald. So.
I'm going with the football analogy, please, because that's about the closest I can get to being able to say that this figure is something. And maybe it's transformed incorrectly or something, but the hinge on the door, like the front of the door, that looks like it needs to pop in some more. But that's a huge hinge, and even in the back, like the trunk area. It looks like the trunk opens up the whole back door as well, or like the back window as well, since this is a coupe. But yeah, it looked better on some of the other pictures we saw before. And again, maybe it's just bad transformation on here. Maybe they're setting up the shelves, and this is somebody taking a picture. But yeah, it's. Whew.
Next up, we have Grimlock and Superion. Not much to say, not much new stuff with these. But, the Grimlock looks good.
Grimlock does look good. I'm trying to not get it. I need somebody to come out with a G2 Grimlock that is affordable, that looks good, so I don't have to get this.
Just pick it up. Next, we've got Red Alert and The Fallen. Red Alert does look really good. His proportions are a little wonky, at least from this angle. It might be different if you looked at him straight ahead, but all the paintwork is amazing. And The Fallen, like we've talked about, still looks amazing. I love all the different colors on it.
So this is going to sound weird. I'm not as enamored with The Fallen as I was when we first saw it.
I think that's just a time thing. I feel the same way.
Maybe that's it. The Red Alert, I think the original, from what I remember, had really skinny legs. I haven't looked at mine in a long time, and these legs look a little bit thicker. I mean, definitely around the thigh area, but it looks a little bit more stable for that top heaviness. So he got a chest. He got his chest done, and Devastator got his butt done. And
I was thinking that.
So they hang out at the same doctor.
Definitely. And then Trypticon and Solus Prime. Solus Prime, I didn't know had green eyes. Really, really like that. I think that looks phenomenal compared to the rest instead of just having blue. And Trypticon looks a lot better in these pictures with the color-wise. The black is very black. The pink purple is a little bit more purple. So I think it's a much better looking figure here.
I completely agree. If I didn't already have it, I'd be picking this up. It looks good. I like the colors a lot better. This Solus Prime looks like a martial artist, with that long loincloth. It looks like,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Moving on to Wonderfest 2025. So this is going to be, where is it? This is from Twitter/X user Nakashi, and on February 9th, 2025 in Chiba, they'll be selling these. It'll be about 7,000 yen or $46. They'll only be sold at the convention and not available anywhere else, except for probably eBay or something like that, secondhand sellers. This looks good. A garage kit must be a very Japanese phenomenon because I have only heard about them in Japan, but I wouldn't need a rat trap either. That doesn't transform or move. I'm good, but it looks good. If you like a little vinyl figurine, it looks great. It looks like it should.
It looks very good, very accurate. I actually sent this to you, I think in a text a few days ago.
Oh, I missed it.
It looks great. Not $46 great.
Yeah, I agree.
I
mean, this would be. It would have to be like. I wouldn't pick it up. Let's just be honest. Even if it was $10, I put that $10 towards the MP if I really wanted a rat trap.
Yeah, I mean, I think this. Hell, you need to as much as that thing costs. Okay, I digress. I think that if you like rat trap, this would be one of those things like if you had a rat trap shelf or something like that. And you wanted, kind of add it. But $46 is like, ooh, that's for it to not do nothing.
It is a custom, so I do get it. I do understand that.
Okay.
Price, it's a custom. I think they're hand painted.
Oh,
it makes sense.
Okay.
But I still wouldn't want it. But like you said, if Rat Trap's your favorite character, or Beast Wars is your favorite thing, and you have a whole bunch of Beast Wars memorabilia, this would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Moving on, we've got Earthspark Deluxe Soundwave. I think I'm going to pick this up, but he's not going to be Soundwave. That alt mode is phenomenal, even with all the hinges. For $20, I think it's really cool. And the bot mode, it's Soundwave-ish, but it's not really Soundwave. To me, at least. So I could just call this somebody else and have him on my shelf. I think this is a really cool figure. I really like the Aftermath, so I'll call this After Sound. And, whatever. Before...
I was thinking that... I was thinking before English instead of
before
after
English,
math,
exactly,
before English.
Yeah, because I do really like this. I think this alt mode is so unique. We don't get enough of these really cool jets out there, and $20 is. I think this is worth $20. Not a Soundwave, but I think the figure's worth $20.
I lied. I'm getting the Earthrise figure.
Oh, you like it? Okay, good. This looks cool, right?
It does look good. I agree with everything you said. What I really like is that the front of the alt mode, and I don't typically like these, but it reminds me of a cartoon I used to watch. The front of the alt mode, the cockpit, the windows look like his eyes, so it looks like his head actually become like.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that too. Yeah.
And it reminds me of a show I used to watch called Turbo Teen, and the kid turned into a car, and his head would just expand into the front of the car, and that's what it made me think of. So yes, I will be picking this up as well. It looks good. It looks much better than when we saw it
in the package.
In the package, yes. Mm-hmm. So I will be picking this up.
Yeah, I think I will be too. Hashtag, I think, looks great as well. If I was to see this in a store, I'd probably pick it up. I don't know, it feels like the Gen Z character that, Rodimus would be annoyed by, because she's always on her phone or something like that. That's what I see of this. I love the yellow, I can't think of hubcaps. The alt mode comes together very well. Very, very well compared to some of the other Hasbro figures we've seen. I don't like all the waffling in the back honestly. But I think this is a good figure for $20 as well. It's better than some of the legacy figures, in my opinion.
I agree as well. This is a pet peeve of both of ours. I hate the peg wheel in the front because it looks like it has 2 different rims, and I absolutely hate that. It throws it off to me, and it's so noticeable because of the color of the wheels.
I was just about to say, if the wheels were gray and it kind of faded in, it'd be like, okay, whatever.
But it's just like that pop of color takes my eyes right there. Or if they painted the spoke or the plug, the same color or whatever,
yellow or whatever.
Yeah, but it stands out to me. The alt mode looks like a electric truck or something like that, so I don't know if I'll pick this up or not. Maybe on sale it would be more attractive, but it is an interesting looking bot mode as well.
Yeah, I would pick this up, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the Mandalorian via a Weibo user. I think I'm going to cancel my pre-order. It's just not worth $50. I'd rather get those 2 Earthspark figures that we just talked about versus this.
This has me back in on it.
Really?
These pictures look good. Like they do
look good, but I think the pictures that we saw were more indicative of what we're going to be having on our shelves versus these edited images. These pictures are great.
Yeah.
Kudos to the photographer.
Yeah, this is what got, I think, both of us excited about it and said that we were going to pick it up. This is what it like, the colors look bright and things. The other pictures look like they were very dull and almost mute. So I still have it pre-ordered. Worst case scenario, I'll return it.
Good idea. I didn't think about that. And here he is. He looks perfectly in line with the rest of the Star Wars figures, which, if that's a good or a bad thing, I'll let you, the viewer, decide.
Yeah, I don't have any of these, so it would be my first Star Wars figure. And it's funny.
You're gonna go hunt them out?
Keep them uh-ohs at a minimum. It was, I remember seeing them on the shelf and I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And
I have Darth Maul because he's my favorite, horrible figure, and Grievous because he's another one of my favorites, horrible figure. So after those, I didn't buy no more.
Okay. and
these honestly, might be better. I don't know.
Yeah, this is why I haven't opened up my Street Fighter figures that I have.
Well, you already know the molds of those, though. So
yeah, very true.
It's a different story.
Very true.
Next up, we have Mechanical Skull Studios Shirahoshi, and this is via Ming Motion. What do you think about this?
And this is a Legend scale.
Legend scale Ramjet, Universe Ramjet, Universe 1.0.
It looks amazing. The colors are great. I wouldn't necessarily put these colors together this way, I guess, but they all fit really well in the way they're designed. I like that the head is red and the shins have red on them. I like that, there's red right around the jet fins, whatever those things are called, underneath his chest. The blue and the white is a perfect balance, and then seeing the gray on the wings come through and on the thighs, like everything blends in very, very well. I like the way this looks.
So you picking it up?
No.
I'll just pick it up. This might be my 1 or 2 Legend figure of the year. I think I talked about it. Universe 1.0 is my favorite Transformers toy line, which tells you a lot about me. And I have the original one right up there. I could see him from here. Loved this Ramjet. He's like an energy vampire destruction, and he just destroys everything, which is why his head looks so crazy. And everything you said is perfect. I love how they cooked with the colors, how everything's just in the right spot, kind of like what we talked about with King Toys. Now this is pretty accurate to the original one, not like King Toys, but they did an amazing job. If you guys have the original one, I believe there's a few of you that are watching that have commented, like the Titan and stuff, that had the original Starscream.
Oh, yeah.
Please comment, let us know how it is. Let us know, hey, thumbs up, thumbs down. I think everybody liked this figure.
Yeah, I remember Titan in particular saying how great this figure was.
Yeah, so remind us again and tell Bobby he needs to pick it up. I just wish it was bigger, but I'll probably get it. And the alt mode looks very, very nice as well.
So I it does, and this is where for what it is. I never liked the Seekers looking like this.
Okay.
So that's why it's that aspect and the size. It is a repaint, so that's kind of making me think about it. I'm hoping we get it in from in an MP size, and
I think Fans Hobby will eventually do this, even if it's a con exclusive.
Yeah,
I think we will get it. A new head, a new color, a new mini con. That seems, kind of makes sense after they do their Skywarp. Because I don't know if you know, but this is a repaint of Skywarp, not of Starscream. Technically, Skywarp was a remold of Starscream. That's why he has the fin on the head and stuff like that, which I think is cool. So I think we will, but who knows how many years that's going to be.
Yeah.
So I think I will pick this up for now. Maybe put him like flying in my shelf, so it's like he's far away. That's his MP size. He's far away.
That's like I did with Sandstorm when I had him in the helicopter mode. He's just kind of like sitting off in the back. He's coming,
he's flying in. So I think this is really cool, though. And let us know if you're picking this up down below.
$30, hopefully.
I don't remember. I think it was like 40 for the original one. I'd be okay with 40.
Yeah.
And I think we get a lot for this.
And how big is it compared to like a New Age figure or something like that?
I think they were about the same size.
Okay, that would be good because for some reason I was thinking that they were smaller. But okay,
I don't. Let us know. Let us know,
please.
Yeah. Next, we've got Bingo Toys Jezzy. So we looked at the bot mode last time, and we have some alt mode picks, and this is still a winner.
Yeah. I saw some other pictures, and it looked very Lego-ish in the alt mode in some of the pictures I saw, and
it does kind of look like that. Very blocky.
Yeah, it looks like those expensive Lego sets that have the the working wheels or whatever and stuff like that. But damn, these colors and everything come together really well. It looks very, very good, and I love that single thruster in the back.
Me too.
The tailpipe that looks really, really good. I mean, it to me, it's saying that he's really, really fast.
It's such a like science fiction trope that it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want a big, what's that called? Effect coming out of that. Like he's like.
I was thinking, I want a blast effect. Come on, new supply, come on back for me, dog. I really like how they did this, and this is a whole, it's jazz, yes, but like if they did a movie and they called this Jezzy or they called it, something else, another name, I'd be like, cool. It's not jazz, it's Jezzy. It's a representation as jazz, but it's not. Like, don't call it Mirage. Don't call this Will Jazz. Don't call this Ironhide.
Yeah, honestly, this looks, like we talked about the timelines thing. This looks like if Transformers awakened in like 2150. This would be like the type of car, and this would be the jazz from that, which I think is really cool. It's not really Cybertronian, but it's not really today. It's kind of this mix, and I do like that, though. But again, it could also just be Cybertronian jazz as well. I mean, not taking off of the G1, a different take on it. Yeah. So, I can't wait to get this.
Hurry up and release.
DNA Designs are reissuing a whole bunch. I just put a few of them up. They're going to be doing DK 11, 18, 19, 21, 23, 33, 51, and 54. So, if you missed out on any of those, go ahead and pick them up.
I have the Scorponok and the Black Zyark set, and they were really cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up the Black Zyark set, but he's put away, and I don't think I'm going to be taking him out anytime soon. I just don't have space to put him.
Yeah,
so.
and he's going to be bigger. He's going to be bigger, so you're definitely going to lose. Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, but these are great. Let us know if you're going to be getting any of these below, and we will be right back and finish this off.
Yes.
Now let's get into what's incoming. Firstly, I think this is a re-release. We've got Dr. Wu's Gold Prime. I think you need to pick this up if you don't have it already.
Negative.
You already have it already?
No, I don't have it. I don't want
pick it up. You don't have a Gold Prime, do you?
I have an MP Gold Megatron. I do not have a Gold Prime.
Then go pick this up.
No.
I will say it looks a little flat. you know, it could be the sparkles are from the photographer, but I do think it looks a little flat. I think the Starscream looked better.
So I'm kind of mad. I thought because I didn't see the sparkles on the legs. I just saw the sparkles on the windshield in the alt mode.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's kind of cool that they did that. Okay, I'm definitely not getting it now. They would have had me if it had sparkles.
If I was in the mood to buy a G1 Prime, what is that? If I was in the store, I can't think of there's a. Let me know the phrase down below. I would pick this up. This looks really cool. It's Optimus Prime 2.0 from Magic Square. The EX, the MS02EX. Yeah. I think it's perfect for an Optimus. If I was in the, I can't think of the word. Market. If I was in the market for MP Optimus Prime, I would pick this up. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Soundwave blasted it to my head. I think this figure looks phenomenal, and not a lot of figures can pull off that angry walking pose so confidently.
He does look like he's storming out.
Or storming in.
Or storming in. The EX is a nice version, and I like it. So I think this is a re-release of it.
I think so, yeah.
And it's nice. So, yeah, they did a great job with this.
Yeah, I would definitely pick it up if I was in the market. Next, we've got Paragon, which some people have, some people don't have. I don't know if it's out or not, but I do like the med bay. They did a great job with the size. Gears looks natural, getting worked on right there.
And I think that's Bad Cube's version of Gears.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That is Bad Cube's version of Gears. I think his name is Grump or something like that. I like the articulation. I mean, you can see those legs are very, bendable and stuff like that. And I think I made it.
I was gonna say I'm not a fan of the articulation. The leg needs to bend a little bit more to get a good crouching pose. Do you know what I mean? Still kind of far back. Okay. But it's not bad.
And I think I made an error. I had mentioned that the bots split in half, and I didn't think it was. I thought somebody broke it, but it does, I guess, split in half. But so that's my error for putting that fake news out there. Yeah, this looks really good. I think the head sculpt looks really good. The Autobot symbol is pretty cool, I guess, pretty basic there, but it needs.
You could put it wherever you want. That's not normally there.
Is it not?
No, it doesn't come with an Autobot symbol.
No, no. Okay, yeah, I know that aspect. I thought you were saying that the emblem doesn't go in that.
No, so if you put it wherever.
Yeah. Okay. But I think that's I think they're.
That makes sense. That's where I would put it.
Yeah, I think that's where it goes. Screen accuracy, but it's what I was saying by that is there's some stickers or some other details on this would definitely brighten and liven up this figure more.
Completely agree. Moving on, we've got Ocular Max Stray with alternative configurations. So it has the alternate head, an alternate chest, alternate shoulders, alternate knees, and then the sword placement goes underneath. So you can mix this figure up a little bit, and the long sword handle, they made it look like a trailer hitch. Which is kind of neat.
So for racing, it's typically a tow hitch. So if you find yourself, especially if you're drifting, if you find yourself going off the road or in a ditch or something like that, they can hook in and pull you out.
Oh, okay.
So,
Thank you.
Usually there with some cars that have it in the front on the bumper as well, and it's just like if you go off road or something like that, or if they have to pull you out, they can get you.
Which makes sense because this is a drifting car, right?
Yeah, and there's a place out. That some of my car club people go to called Tail of the Dragon over here, and it's like 13 miles. It's over 300 curves, and so a lot of people who, if you have a weak stomach, you'll kill yourself on there. But there's a lot. Just go look it up. It's amazing, and you'll see all the wrecks and stuff that have happened there because people will mess up their car trying to take it fast. But anyway, that's like a perfect place for people who are like drifting and stuff like that to work on all the curves and stuff.
Yeah, makes sense. I think this figure looks good. We'll see when we get it in, though.
Hopefully.
Let's move on to recently released Studio Series 2025 Wave 1 has been found in Arizona, Tennessee, Texas, and Wisconsin. It looks like an even split between these two figures. So If you want them, go get them.
Yeah, I'll make sure to leave plenty on the shelves. I won't take them from anybody.
Same. This already came out, but I don't know. They said this is an fans hobby alternative modes. Do they mean alt modes? They look the same to me. I don't know, but they are fine.
So it doesn't. I mean, I know when it combines, and like, don't the arms can become the legs, and the legs become the arms, or something like that? So does that work with the alt mode as well? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand what this is trying to show, unless they're just showing, look at the alt modes together.
Yeah, maybe that's what it could be.
That could be it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The colors look really good. The colors look really, really good on this.
I agree. Next up, we have Iron Factory's Kaiser. I thought this was appropriate for this episode. Now, this is a much smaller Legends third-party figure, so you can't really compare it. These pictures are via Striker 729 on TFW, but this thing can pose very, very well.
It does pose very, very well. It has the thing that you don't like, which is the skeleton, and
at least they're making use of it.
Well, if it's not combined, it just sits off to the side.
Well, what I mean is they're giving it articulation.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the skeletons don't have a lot of articulation like this.
Okay.
Not going to point fingers, but you can read between the lines.
Yeah, okay, I got what you're saying. It's there just to hold the figures together. It has no other purpose, but
yeah.
So, okay, I got you. It's combining it is pretty easy as well. It's a good figure. I'm happy that it's complete, and now we can move on. Yeah,
these are pictures of Yajun King. I think this posability is amazing, honestly. And he does, I think, do a little bit better of a job with Jalguar. He does have the BBL though, so I guess we'll have to see how that is on yours. Not as bad as Devastator, right?
But it also has Leo Zek with the chest plate flipped the way that I think we both like it.
Yeah, you're correct. I do like that better. It just looks a little nicer.
Yeah,
I get it. G1 toy, understand why it was like that, but this one you can update it. Yeah. At least maybe the Haslab maybe has they should have included a swivel so you could have it either which way. I think that would have been nice.
That would have been nice. Don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think it happened either. Lastly, we have Bayway Toys Scorponok. It does look okay with the gun as the tail. I still wish the tail itself was larger. I do like the 4 sets of guns on the arms. I think that looks really cool in Scorponok mode. Still not enough of a push for me to get this when I already have the Earthrise. I believe it was Earthrise.
Yes.
But I do like it.
I do like it as well. I like that he took the pill and got his size taken care of. It's a very cool figure. I like all the accessories that it comes with. It's definitely very similar to the Titan size or the Earthrise version. There's a couple of different things. I like the gimmicks and the accessories and stuff like that. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah. So let us know if you're getting this down below. And that is everything. Thank you for sticking with us with this really long episode. We really appreciate it. Let us know about what you think of the Haslab, Sky-Byte, why Sky-Byte was the best thing they revealed this weekend, which I think you would probably agree with me.
Yeah.
At least for us. I know a lot of people out there are liking the Haslab, and I'm very happy for you. But let us know why you like it down below. We'd love to hear it. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes, stay tuned. More to come. So as always, thanks for watching. Please click that subscribe if you haven't. Almost at 3,000, trying to get there by TFCon, which is next month. So, and until then, to all debates are won. We'll see you next time.
See you then.